So when I was younger, I think these were junior high school days, it was the I'm not cool enough wound. My girlfriends are all prettier and cooler than me. It led me to really be drawn to the guy who just chose me. Oh, you like me? Fantastic. I just want to be liked. I just want to be chosen. And it led to me saying yes to a guy who was cool because he was older. He was already out of school. He drove a very cool car and he had a job. And I just decided to neglect the part that he was a daily morning to night pot smoker. And I was not into that. I was like, well, who cares about that?
Right.
I'm being chosen. I'm cool enough now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that one. Moving along in life, it became the I'm not good enough wound. It was like I had a neon sign on my forehead. And anyone who came along and said, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're so smart, you're so playful and joyful and delightful, I was like, okay, take me now. And forget about the fact that these were all just words. It showed nothing about their ability to really show up fully in a relationship.
Yeah.
But I was like, I need to know how wonderful I am because I do not know that about myself yet.
Yeah.
And so you be the one who gives me that. So that happened. Okay, last one. This one is a doozy. And I'm not calling anyone out because I was in this club too. It's the I'm a single mom and who would want me and my kids wound, right? We're just baggage. Who would want that complication in their life? And that led me to choose a man who wanted to swoop in quickly and play house and make me and my kids feel like the center of the universe. And then ignore all these other things that were starting to reveal themselves because I'm like, I really hate that feeling of feeling like we're not enough. We're some sort of messed up family, this trio of just me and my kids. We're not a family unit, like we should be. And it was like, take this guy immediately.
Right.
Forget about all these other things that are revealing themselves over time that maybe this isn't the right fit.
Yeah, this is brutal because we all have these limiting beliefs, right? And they're called limiting beliefs because they limit our ability to interact with what's in front of us so much. They limit our worldview, what we believe is possible. Yeah. And this is such a problem because like we talked about this last time where I couldn't believe a hot guy would want to be with me. So I couldn't see it when a hot guy wanted to be with me. What a damn shame. There's plenty of guys who are happy to be with single mothers, but because it's technically maybe true that there might be fewer of those, we just discount it completely. So the point is not to like hope and dream beyond reality. The point is to be able to see the reality that's in front of us. And if we have stumbled across one of these lovely people who wants to be with us for whatever reason, and our story is that they could not possibly, we're going to send them away when we could be welcoming them in and having a nice time together.
Yeah. The sabotage, the burn it to the ground before it even has a chance to reveal to you what it could be.
Classic. So this is the whole point of somatic shadow work, which is completely our jam. Somatic part is being able to be with the body sensations that come up so that we can hold the reality. And the shadow work is unpacking all of these limiting beliefs.
I had really limiting, narrow beliefs about myself, men, and what's possible in relationships. And that colored everything.
That's all part of the family patterning. So when we're talking about what is familiar and comfortable because of your family upbringing, all of that's folded into. It affects who and what you're attracted to and what you believe is possible. We're going to talk a bit more about the traps we can get into there, but right now let's talk about the other side of the attraction coin, which is not who we're attracted to, it's who we're attracting to us. You might have heard this term as within, so without, as above, so below. Who we attract is a mirror for what we experience within ourselves, what we believe to be true for ourselves. So if you're having a pattern of attracting the same person over and over again, and you're like, this is not what I want. Why do I keep attracting these pigs? There's going to be something to look at internally. I'm not saying you're a pig. There's something inside you that's drawing something towards you. And this can all be unpacked and shifted, felt into, embraced.
It's amazing. I hated this. I hated knowing this. When I discovered this, I was like, I don't want to know this. This isn't true. It was so easy for me to point the finger at other people. They're emotionally unavailable. And I keep attracting emotionally unavailable men. And it was like, universe, why do you keep sending me emotionally unavailable men? Is this all that there is out there? And you start believing that that's all that there is. And then I was presented with the idea that perhaps could you, Georgianna, maybe also sometimes be emotionally unavailable? It's like, what do you mean? No, of course not. I'm right here, emotionally available and ready and have been for decades, waiting for someone to meet me here. Well, I was mistaken. And I had to really do my own shadow work to really get clear on how do I get in the way? What am I terrified to experience with someone emotionally, even though I claim to want that? And how do I begin to shift some of those patterns without shaming myself? Just knowing, hey, there's a reason why I have my own version of emotional unavailability. My version is sneakier to see because it doesn't look like running away and pushing someone away or burning it to the ground. It looks like choosing people who, upon further reflection, after some more shadow work, I realized they were unavailable the whole time and I was never going to be met here. And this is what I know.
There's a huge piece in there about being able to face and hold your own feelings, right? We can think we want this big emotional connection, but if we're in denial about what our own feelings are and we can't hold those, we cannot open to other people. So we'll unconsciously attract people who are not available to us because that protects us from having to open up in the first place, which is something that we're scared to do. The minute you start being with your own feelings in a loving, compassionate way, instead of the judgment that we typically offer ourselves before we start doing this work, you will find people who can hold them with you. And then you get to do the work of learning how to be with that.